Hey, beautiful souls. This is Ashu here, and welcome to my channel. Blessings to you all. My channel is all about my navigation of Kundalini Awakening process and helping you understand this process as well as stay tuned because I also like to practice laughter yoga that helped me during this Kundalini Awakening journey to manage all those kind of repressed energies that are trying to come to the surface during this time. And the stress levels are too high that I was able to manage with the help of laughter yoga wellness. So I will be sharing in future a lot more videos that would help you in your navigation compass and bring more grounding into your spiritual growth and integration process. So I'll be sharing some benefits that I got from this laughter therapy, as well as also how could you incorporate more the element of joy and ground yourself with some practices that where you could give yourself some intentional and conscious neural pathways that would help you to grow more joy as you integrate this energy in your spiritual growth process. So let's get started about today's topic of 3 ways to bring calm into your Kundalini awakening journey. I will also be giving the links of my other videos that are related to and relevant to today's content that I'm going to channel and talk about. So let's get started with 3 ways. So I would jump in straight into the first way. The first way to integrate this energy that is kind of creating stuckness, chaos during different stages and phases of your journey. So we will look at the first way to bring more calm is the acceptance of this process. And now we're going to talk a little bit about acceptance, that what do I mean by acceptance of Kundalini? Because a lot of people, it takes quite a while for your system to start having it grounded in your memory system that you are going through a life-changing, a life-transforming process that is really burning you from inside out. And that acceptance is not an easy acceptance to come by. Now, we will look at why this acceptance is not an easy acceptance to come by. First of all, there is the factor of conditioning, the conditioning of our consciousness, conditioning of our brain-body connection. So all through your life, you have been used to creating your life choices and behaviors around certain habitual patterns that you incorporated as you were growing up. So now when Kundalini is awakened in your system, it is a 360-degree shift and transformation that she's wanting of you for uprooting those patterns from your consciousness, which are not in ideal communion with this energy. So this energy wants to bring you into an integration of your highest potential. And this is a transformative energy. So the impact it is creating in your everyday life is quite intense, so as to speak. And that intensity is too much overwhelming for you. And it is when our nervous system is feeling overwhelmed, we are feeling stressed. And this spectrum of stress is pretty high because it is kind of a near-death experience because, as said, she's transforming 360 degrees. Your life is shifting, especially in relationship to those belief patterns and psychic energies which are no longer in communion with this energetic dimension, the higher frequency of this energetic dimension. Now, when I say the higher dimension of this energetic frequency, it means that our nervous system is required to shift 360-degree as well. The referencing system, the connections, the energetic perceptions, and it's happening in a very subconscious way. A lot of this process is happening in a very subconscious way. And what we are experiencing, the burnout, is a conscious cause and effect we are experiencing when this process is active through us. So that's why there are so many ebbs and flows, because your autonomic awareness, that means your automatic nervous system that controls your internal bodily functioning, your heart rate, rhythm, your other functions of body, whatever are controlled, your breathing is all done by your autonomic nervous system. And so now what's happening is the shift is happening in your autonomic nervous system. And that's why you're feeling so trapped and helpless, because this energy is shifting your autonomic nervous system, which is a blessing in disguise, which we fail to recognize in the initial stages. So, my friends, if you have this nugget of very powerful information about how your physiology is shifting and how your psychology is kind of feeling a sense of tightness due to this grip of this energy during your integration process, it's a great sense of relief, and it gives you a sense of hope in acceptance that yes, this is an organic shift. Everybody goes through it, whose system needs to be cleansed by this energy. So this provides a hope. So accept your process and accept the science behind it, the universal intelligence, the science that is beyond our limited ego and human comprehension. All right. So accept and bow down with gratitude. Accept and be humble, because our ego is resisting during this process. All the resistance, that bad feeling that is happening is coming from that egoic resistance, the old conditioned self that is finding it's so difficult to bow down to this energy in acceptance, because what there is a whole lot of energetic dimensions of acceptance. Because what is acceptance? Acceptance is the death of my old self. My ego doesn't want to die. I don't want to die. What will I do if I die? I want to move forward. I want to meet my goals. I want to feel the same connections of attachment as I used to have. That is what life is all about. This is how your ego is having a dialogue with you during such times of non-acceptance. And what would be a dialogue of an acceptance? I know that I am under the supervision of a higher intelligence. I know that higher intelligence is working through me. I accept this truth for my well-being. I know that there is a higher power overseeing whatever my ego is believing is not right. And that gives me a sense of trust. So trust is something that brings you in this acceptance, trusting the process, trusting the unseen, trusting the zone of unfamiliarity that our brain, our nervous system is so scared of experiencing the unknown. So having the trust gives you courage to let yourself surrender to the domain of the unknown. And it is in this surrender to the unknown that your growth is going to happen in correlation to Kundalini integration, because there is no other way that you're going to grow when Kundalini awakening is at work in your system, because she's wanting you to surrender to something that is unknown to you. And the working of this energy is unknown to the limited human consciousness. So just bow down and just accept. And true acceptance is not easy process. It happens in leaps and bounds because our ego is kind of coming into interplay with this animal. So if you understand this dynamics, I hope that you can stay put in your journey and accept this energy with trust and faith and follow through your symptoms which are not feeling so good with other tools that I will be sharing with you in my other videos, or I do offer mentorship and coaching. You can contact me if you would like to understand how to use different tools, because there are tons and tons of tools that you can use during your awakening process that would help you see through a lens of hope and also with lightheartedness, as I practice in my laughter yoga journey. And that helps me to pull through my process with flying colors. So she's testing you. She's testing you. She is raking your limited ego, and your limited ego is cracking. Yeah. And we know that when the ego is cracking, it's so painful for her or him. And so you can see this process as a cracking open of your ego, because when your limited conditioned ego self is going to crack open, you can't imagine how much potential is going to rise up from that unknown territory where this energy wants to bring you into. So letting go of the fears is one way to let the acceptance sink into your system. With some smiles, it does help. All right, so this is the first. I think I've gone too long on the first way of bringing calm into your life is through acceptance. And under the layers of acceptance, we found that there is trust. And we found that as we trust and accept, there is courage that comes out. And that courage requires you to be honest, to work on your shadow aspects, on your shadow self. Again, I would like to say that I know it is a complex process and path. Mentoring does help. You're welcome to approach me if you need any help during any of the stages where you feel stuck. Let's come with that to the second point. The second point after acceptance is patience, my friends. Patience is such a virtue, and this is what the spiritual energy is wanting you to bring home into. She's testing you in different phases and in different stages so that you can come home to her, to eternal divine mother, where you feel a sense of completion and integration within your own self. And then there's no need to hurry. There's no need to worry. There is no need to compare. There are no goals to be achieved. She wants to bring you into presence, into your heart-centered consciousness, into the moment, because that is where she's bringing all that shift into. So you are blessed, my friends. You're blessed if you're going through this process. Count your blessings. Count your blessings, though it is very difficult to do so when our system is kind of resisting and burning and in inflammation and is helpless and is stressed out. She wants to wash off all these symptoms so that you can rise up from that space of consciousness into something that is much lighter, vibrant, and brighter. So, my friends, patience is a great virtue. She wants to give you that virtue. She wants to gift you. Kundalini energy wants to gift you with that virtue. That is why you're tested in this process in so many stages and so many phases and with so many ebbs and flows. So keep flowing, keep your laughter intact, keep your joy centers hopeful, open, inspired. With that, let's move on to the third important way that you can bring calm during your Kundalini awakening process, and that is grounding. Grounding our awareness into the tools with the help of tools that make us centered into our process, that brings centering into a process. And when I say that brings centering into a process, I mean that help you establish a good inner connection and relationship with this rising energy. Again, there are so many tools and techniques that you can use to establish that innate connection with this divine motherly energy, because grounding is a very important factor besides acceptance and patience. If you do not ground into that acceptance with patience, then you will be in the stuck spaces over longer periods of time. And grounding is the key to let whatever wants to come and emerge to the surface so that you can deal with it. If we do not accept and we do not ground this energy, then we are not able to deal with all those shadow aspects that are trying to come to the surface. So it's a very tricky maze. Though a lot of things are happening on autopilot automatically, there are certain aspects of it where you need to bring your conscious intention and attention into, where you may need help or guidance if you feel that you're stuck for so long. Otherwise, I always say, this is your divine mother energy. She's your teacher, she's your guide, she's ever present. If we let go of our fears and start tuning into her voice and start listening to her where our intuitive centers are really opening up as well. So, my friends, I will put the links of other related videos underneath in the description box. If you want to contact me for any help, you're most welcome. Otherwise, stay blessed and keep shining even through this process, which is kind of burning you out if you are in one of those stages. And I wish you all the best wherever you are in your journey. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like listening to me. Stay blessed. Bye bye.